Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Aruba, welcome to Oranjestad and the port of Aruba. We are watching now doing a round here in the inner port, which is built for these smaller boats, these small ships. But we are taking a walk today towards the Carnival Horizon that is in port today and checking out the area. Somebody asked me, why not do a walk video while there is a cruise ship in port so they can get an idea of how busy it gets. And welcome to my channel. My name is Airo and we're going to do a walk here in the city. I do hope to try to catch some places that I may have not walked before or I have not been before. Later on during this walk, I do expect it to be a little bit of a somewhat of a long walk today. Hopefully the camera will collaborate. And as you can see, these are some of the souvenir shops that are here close to the, or at the port pretty much. These are only some of them, and in the past, years ago, these used to be actually fruit stands and vegetable stands that smaller boats came from Venezuela with. Let me go a little bit closer to where the souvenirs are so you can get a better idea. Now, these are not the only ones. There are many souvenir shops here in the city, and if you want to get those gifts for those back home or just for your own recollection of your trip, also some nice shirts here, very nice. And what else? And
you can't talk to anybody anymore. You're done.
Let's go around these folks for a bit. So you can get your pasticci right here at the Nespresso, and obviously your coffee and cold drinks at this cool little truck. Very, very nice and very popular. And let me turn around just briefly and show you also what is the Royal Plaza, which is one of the shopping malls right here in the city, one of the most colorful for sure. And it does have two bars that are usually open during the day, and jewelry store, among other things, etc. Hello, folks waving at me. I'm gonna try to walk briefly here on this revamped, if I can call it, a beach. And I say that because I've mentioned in other videos also that it does look pretty neat right now, but not recommended for swimming. And where we started our walk is right over there. And this part of town, I did do a walk months ago, but it was a night walk, and probably you guys did not have an all that great of a view of it, because this area was how would I say it, remodeled, and they have done a very nice job. There's an airplane, a Southwest 737 on approach also. We do have the Wafi Rancho, which is the locals, mostly a harbor, a little pier for the local fishing boats. Local fishermen will go catch their fish, and that's what oftentimes you will be buying at the restaurants. Many times they do sell. They do keep usually some of it for personal consumption. Now this building has been also remodeled recently, and it features so like you can get it on Airbnb and such, so you can rent and stay here, stay right in the city if that's something you like to do. Most folks will choose for the beach areas, of course, but it is a very nice area to stay. Good restaurants all over, especially at night, but also during the day. There are some at the marketplace, which is across us at this time. And this one is the Lima Bistro, which I did have the chance to have dinner here. No vlog about it, unfortunately, because it was somewhat unplanned. But the Lima Bistro is quickly becoming a local favorite, and reservations are definitely recommended. It's small, but the food is very, very good, and highly recommended. This is the Carnival Horizon that is in port today. Quite of a large cruise ship. I do believe around 130,000 is the gross tonnage on this one, and it was originally sailed back in 2018, so it's not too old, around 4 years in service, give or take the pandemic, of course. So it's a fairly new ship, you could say. And I think I read that Queen Latifah is the godmother of this beautiful, beautiful cruise ship. Do see some rails up there, I believe. Oh, there's also a water slide and some rails, etc. And I want to briefly walk through this street now and show you more or less. I heard that this place opened back up. I do believe it's mostly for events. I don't know if it's open every day, but let's take let's cross the road. I do see a Colombian restaurant here now. I don't recall seeing this one. So new places popping up. That's interesting. And the view, so upstairs, this is where you would be going upstairs. And some of you might remember that place as a nightclub in the past. Now, this area used to be very, very popular, especially at night. But the last couple of years, the development at the Palm Beach made it that it became very difficult to compete with, with that area. This is also the entrance and the parking for this building right away. I just wanted to briefly show that. And wow, what a nice view with the cruise ship behind us. And yeah, so this area, unfortunately, is an area where a lot of businesses have closed over the last few years, unfortunately. And not exactly pandemic related or anything, just we'll try to go on the other side briefly. So the 7 West Bar and Restaurant. Trying to recall the names of all of the bars and such in this area, because there were more than a few. And yeah, at night it's usually fairly quiet nowadays. So we are coming up to what I like to call one of the busiest intersections on the island. And we are more or less back across the Royal Plaza. And if you want to get off the ship and not do much, those, like, I get it, sometimes that's the situation. You've been a little bit tired from the party on the cruise ship and such. Maybe, just maybe, you want to be like taking it easy in Aruba. Well, we would like you to see the island and check things out, but in case that is the case, we do have some bars here close to the port area that you could at least say you have touched. You have been on the island of Aruba. If you don't get off the ship, you have not been to Aruba. Hey, some folks saying that they watch my YouTube channel. That's nice. Hopefully they will be catching this video also, watching it also. Let's see if we can. I have usually gone through that street before, so I'm gonna go this side and show you whatever's back here nowadays. So there are sometimes folks do stay on like the main roads and such, but I see somewhat of a jewelry store. Like a shoe store. Wow, shoe store. Oh, that's interesting. And this cigar lounge has been around. And the internet cafe, I do believe, also, as if that's something that some folks in there, if that's something you might be looking for. And some more souvenirs, a lot of souvenirs, a lot of jewelry store here in the capital. And I do hear the tram. I don't know if we're gonna be able to catch it, but let's try, right? So we are walking just behind the Diamonds International. That's one of the largest jewelry stores and most well-known jewelry stores on the island. And this one is probably the first one you will find just outside the port. Oh, there's the tram, full of people. So that gives you an idea of like how full it gets when there is a cruise ship in port. It is free. So it's a free ride up to the end of the main street, and let's wait for it to leave. It's probably about to leave at any time now. And so yeah, it does run. If you are not here with a cruise, but you will still want to ride on it, that is definitely possible. And they do have, I do believe they do have 3 of those trams. There's a, I believe a green one and a blue double-decker one. And these are the next souvenir stores that are here in port. Let me take a turn briefly so you can take a look at the Carnival Horizon also. And the gates are over there. Let me go on this side, preferably. And not a big fan of souvenirs myself, but here and there are some pretty cool things. I have to admit. I do like my magnets for my fridge. That's the one that I usually go for, but Let me know in the comments which one you like buying. Some folks like the shot glass. Others like this, like the license plates. And the dresses for the ladies are definitely very popular because of the tropical island, tropical feel to everything. So this is the main gate. This is where most of the cruise ship visitors will go in and out. And you do get these informational boards where it will give you an idea of where you are and what there is to do. Now, where are we? So we are here, and we started our walk more or less over here. So we went onto this area, onto this street, this one, and then we are here. We're gonna start heading a little bit back, and the main street is where you see most of the colors. That's where the shopping, the main shopping for Aruba is situated. Best deals, I would say, are still in the main street usually, and not per se at the malls. And locals, for the most part, when we do shop, it's most of the time in the main street. But sometimes, of course, there are exceptions. I am doing this walk more or less during the midday, and there's a taxi, by the way. Leaving some folks here. We're going to try to cross here, and the capital is with a lot of signs and names, so it's difficult to get lost here, even without a phone with data and such. And let me go on this side briefly, and so I can show you some stuff. So this is the Old Fisherman restaurant. Some folks have asked me about this one, and it is definitely one of the popular ones. And if you want to try, you are on a cruise ship or you are here, you want to try something local, this is definitely one of the spots, the hot spots that you should be checking out. And there is a bar also being made here. Oi, como? ¿Qué que estás vendiendo?
Abbiamo da bere coco fresco, agua coco fresco aqui na.
Ajá.
Ando me da vender piña colada e strawberry colada fresco com os mesa traja. De coco fresco e piña fresco, strawberry fresco.
All right. That's the propaganda, wow.
Thank you.
Well, thanks. So he is selling right here the fresh coconut water and also pineapple, like smoothies and such. And so a lot of folks also ask for the coconut water, so you don't have to go too far to get them. And there is a liquor store here also. That's interesting. This building has been here for a bit, but because of the pandemic, it has mostly not fully developed until now. And why not take a look back at the port as we leave and head a little bit towards the main street area, more or less. We're gonna see where we will do the walk. And yeah, let's walk quickly here and go around this building and follow. So this is the what we call the boulevard, the road that is So this road, as we are walking in the direction of the airport, in case you're wondering, and to our back are the hotels, the Palm Beach, the Eagle Beach, and such. Both are like a 10-minute ride, more or less, either way. And there are taxis that you can take. So folks ask me about if it's easy to get taxis at the beaches. I would think like the Eagle Beach, a little bit less easy than the Palm Beach. Palm Beach, you just go to one of the resorts and you will most always find a taxi there. Let's take a brief look here at the Royal Plaza. So you can take a taxi, you can take also the Arubus, which is, we didn't pass through it necessarily, but before crossing, that was where you would have to take a left, and the bus station is right back there. And yeah, what can I say about that? It's a lot cheaper. And you can buy a car just like you would do most everywhere else. And let's see, I see a Coffee Republic place here. And there are also some stores upstairs. And let's move quickly through this area. Those that follow me a little bit will know why I do that. It's sometimes some areas in Aruba do get crazy with, you know what? We're too happy. This is the happy island, and if you are happy right now, just give that subscribe button a click if you are not subscribed yet. And also give this video a like and comment below. Comment below what you think of this walk so far and what type of walks you would like me to feature in the future. And I do believe some folks didn't know me. How are you?
Thank you so much.
Thank you also. Jairo.
Jairo.
Yes.
We saw your...
Were you in the car just now? No. Oh, I thought so.
We got your restaurants and we saw it.
just
So we
went
ate
to
to
the
the Barbecue Express
barbecue
and the
last
Chala
night.
Burger.
Oh, you did?
We
Thank you.
watched you before we came.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Where are you guys from?
I want a picture.
Where are you guys from?
From New Jersey.
New Jersey?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I'm still filming, so you're gonna
Oh
be in
my
the video.
gosh.
Something like this.
Okay. There you go. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, Iro. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
for
you.
your recommendation.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you.
Keep it going.
I will. Thank you. Nice to meet you. I thought they were from the car previously, but they were not. So nice to keep meeting folks just about everywhere. By the way, this is a cigar lounge also, quite popular for those cigar lovers. I'm not, I do, and I will admit it, I do smoke a cigar like every 5 years or so. I don't know, like every so often. And I do believe the last time was when I was in Cuba a couple of years ago. I did make a vlog there. That was in the very beginning of my channel. I used to do mostly travel videos and not as many Aruba videos like I do nowadays. So yeah, that is that. So if you want to check out some of my older videos, It would be interesting now to go over them. Let me think a little bit. So I started. Hey, nice to meet you. More folks. This is getting crazy. So I started in Toronto. That was like my first vlog, and I still watch it. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? What did I do? Like, do I really want to be vlogging? I don't know. But in any case, and then I went to Ecuador a couple of times, including the Galapagos Islands. Very interesting. And then Cuba and Miami, and by the way, this is the Bullchance store, electronic store, where I buy most of my stuff, my cameras and such. Let's see, so I have that. I have from Holland, I have videos. I do have some videos more recently from France. Colombia also, I do have. So yeah, I might be missing one. Oh, I'm totally missing. I do have some videos of Japan, actually, Asia, and also from Taiwan and Hong Kong. And I totally did not finish editing my Japan videos, which are by now a little bit old. I might still one day finish them just for the sake of it and publish them. So yeah, this is the other electronics store. I also do buy some stuff here. It's the Sam's, or originally from a guy called Sam's. You know, like Sam, a very likable guy. He passed away a couple of years ago. Very likable guy, very popular here on the island. And yeah, he passed away a few years ago, unfortunately. Now this is the Renaissance Mall. As you can see, this is the high-end shopping, like the Gucci and Dolce & Gabbana and such things. And now we have the Hoya Cafe, which is this one. Also, so this is one of those bars that is just at the start pretty much of the main street, and also with the background of the Dutch houses, kind of like you could say, and but with a touch of the Caribbean, with its colors, does give it a much nicer feeling, much nicer touch. Now I recently made a video about some bars. I'm going to show you briefly during the day, because sometimes at night people do get confused. So if in that direction would be the start of the main street, and so you would take, whoa, what's going on, gimbal? So if you do take a right here, right next to the Zara, if you're next to the Zara, you're good. This is where the Apotheke bar, speakeasy bar, is situated. And yes, I could have gone through the main street, but I will in a bit. Right now I wanted to briefly show you these back doors. This is the Dushi Delicious Aruba. Whoa. So this is the back entrance, and they used to have some chairs back here, but I do believe that maybe they are not using them all that often anymore, so they probably are not putting them every day. Now what we are seeing, the tower is of the Protestant church, the main Protestant church in or on the island. And we are obviously at a back street, and the reason I choose this one is that oftentimes I do start walking like the same streets, same areas, and this time I thought, let me take this part, because there are, as there were those couple of bars, there's also the very, very popular Driftwood restaurant. You may have heard of it, you may have eaten here. Let me know if you have and what you thought of it. It's been open for like many, many years, and the owners are also owners of the Philip Animal Garden. If you did not know that, I did make a video on it, and I keep mentioning it so you guys know and can go back through my content. Some of it are a little bit old by now, and but you can go back, and in case you are doing some research for your trip, you can go back and do that. Now this building, I know it looks very, very deteriorated. Is that the right word? Am I saying it right? But it is such my desire for it to be restored, remodeled. To me, this is definitely one of the most beautiful buildings in the city, and I'm afraid at some point they might tear it down, but I do keep my hopes up and wish that they could restore it. It has so much potential. Look at that part up there. I do remember coming here as a young guy. I do remember coming here. There was a bar situated here. I do believe a restaurant, if I'm not mistaken, at some point. And if they can restore it to something like this, imagine how beautiful that would be. This is the city hall. This is where folks do get married. And maybe you have gotten married here. Let me know that, because I do know a lot of tourists do come here, and most choose nowadays to get married at the beach, which is more like the ceremonial part, but this is the official part. And we are at the Paris. We're in Paris. This is one of the popular old Chinese restaurants that we have here. Should we? Let me go this part. There are still so many streets that I do want to cover, and I am walking a little bit zigzag through Oranjestad today, just a little bit zigzag, and trying to remember where I have done walks before. There's still a whole lot to show, really, of Aruba, believe it or not, but we'll take a look here. So these are where you can find some of the older buildings. Let's see if we can go back around this block. Yep, and let's take another look at the Driftwood. By the way, there is parking here. I'm not so sure it's of the, no, I don't believe it's used for the Driftwood, but most of the time at night you should have not a lot of problems finding a parking spot in this area. During the day it's a different story. And yeah, so let's go through the Rose Alley. So when you cross the road, you'll find the Rose Alley. and it says an inspiration of love. There used to be a, like, I think right here, used to be like a small bar-ish restaurant with some very little stuff to eat. Like, I wouldn't say snacks, but small portions. But yeah, the pandemic has, you know, unfortunately caught up with a lot of businesses that were struggling a little bit already. And this is obviously the main street. We are not going to do this one today, but we're going to continue our walk towards, more or less towards the Catholic Church, more or less, which is coming up a little bit further up. So this parking lot used to be the old La Linda department store, a pretty large building, and it burned down quite a few years ago now, like maybe 20 or so. And it was converted into a parking lot, and then the La Linda moved towards another building. I heard this place is pretty good. It's the G&G. Show you the sign. G&G, the Wing Shack. Pizza, wings, and beer. Doesn't look bad. I've heard good things of it. I haven't checked it out yet. So the main street, as you can see, does not get all that busy, I could say, with the cruise ships in port. Most of the folks do stay near the port area, like near the gate. They don't go too far, they don't venture off too far, and that's where, if you are taking the tram, it makes sense for you to take it all the way to the end of the main street and then walk back. And even though it's hot, it's always hot on Aruba, but I would say, like, with our constant breeze, that's a nice looking bar. I don't know if it's always open, by the way, but let's take a walk here. So yeah, with our constant breeze, I do believe that even right now at midday, I mean, even I'm not going to deny it's not hot or something, but it does feel a lot better. This is our courthouse. So this is where all of the cases are handled. And we have a Dutch judicial system. Is that what we should call it? Yeah. So we do have our Dutch laws, and some might be adapted for Aruba, but very few. Like the main and core laws are from Holland, from the Netherlands, and yeah, and we have that on the Dutch Caribbean islands. Curaçao, Bonaire is of course part of the Dutch territory now, and also Sint Maarten, Saba, and Statia. We call them the ABC islands are the Benedenwindse eilanden, and the other ones are the Bovenwindse eilanden. Thank you. So there is a Taco Bell, and oh yeah, that's the Flor de Oriente, which I was at also, and there's a Taco Bell nearby. And nobody does it, but I kind of call this area the small Dominican village or area. A lot of Dominicans, so folks from the Dominican Republic, live in this area. By the way, this Sia bar and restaurant, you should check that one out. It is very good. The food is very good, very typical from the somewhat Dominican and also like Haitian, more or less, a little bit, with a Haitian touch. And yeah, this is the Manuelitos Sport Bar, a very popular bar here on the island, very, very popular. Very popular during. I'm gonna go on this side and take a look back at it. Maybe we were a little bit too close, but the Manuelitos, in any case, is a very popular sports bar. So most of the soccer matches, the football matches are seen here. Also when there are baseball playoffs, also that's where a lot of locals choose to come and watch it. And it is, yeah, it's like right now handled not by the original owner, but by some, how do you say it, some another company, you could say. And this is where our walk is going to come to an end. This is the San Francisco de Asís Cathedral, Pro Cathedral actually. I don't know what's the difference, to be honest, but this is where we end our walk. I hope that the information was to your liking, and hope you like this walk. It has been a little bit longer than the last few walks, but folks are asking me for a little bit longer walks. I don't mind. And yeah, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't done. In the meantime, subscribe, like, and comment below. See you next week, guys. Bye-bye. See you next week.